All right. Welcome to the Talk Your Shit podcast, where it's two men and a pretty little lady talking a lot of shit about a lot of shit. We don't talk about people, and we don't talk about religion and politics. But what we do talk about is people in religion and politics.
Not the actual religion or
Religion or
politicking.
politics, right?
But we'll talk about the people
We
all
will
day in
talk
the
about the
paint.
people. Like, how the fuck Donald Trump got all that money?
And don't pay no taxes.
Well, don't pay no taxes, and he got that damn piece that everybody know is a fucking piece. Come on now. He got too much money.
You know, they've been wearing wigs for a long time, y'all. Look.
Dog.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is our promo
Man,
show.
that man got a piece
That flaps.
that flaps in the wind.
Uh-huh.
It be talking to you. That Joe be talking to you. Like, why? Why is that Joe talking to you? But anyway, today. Anyway, what we gonna talk about today, Key?
Like, long as he's not in there, there's no audio
There you
going in
go.
for
Yeah,
sure. You
I
know what
hear
I'm saying? So there you go. He's back. Okay, great.
everybody here.
Yeah, my bad. That was my bad.
Welcome to the Talk Your Shit podcast, where we're gonna talk a lot of shit. Apparently, as you can see.
And I'm working on getting myself together to talk my shit. We got to figure out what J.O. doing over there on the control.
Talking to Mike so people can hear you,
He's
man.
piloting this plane.
Talking to Mike so we can hear you.
Talking to Mike so you can hear me. You can't hear me. Do I need to project, sir?
A little bit.
How about that? Is that better?
You know you can't interrupt the black man when he's trying to get his shit together.
That's all that I'm saying. And he feels some type of way.
Uh-huh.
It's your first try, though. It's okay.
Yeah, this is my first try.
I don't know why we allowed him to run the controls today on our promo show day.
Yeah, so I can get ready for the real show day. That's why.
This is practice. He's doing his homework.
That's
y'all.
right.
Okay, well, what's the first?
Speaking of homework, today we gonna talk about STEMmies and those children.
And those children.
You know, them pickaninnies.
Not getting stimmies.
I want to talk about traffic. And we're going to talk about UFOs and aliens. Are they real? Are they not?
Well,
did they get probed? Did they not?
That reflects back to our first.
I told you, yeah.
I wasn't here for that, but I'm here today.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some things because, I mean, I think I've seen a UFO or two in my day. I mean, and then again, it might not be an alien, but UFO stands for unidentified flying object, and I couldn't identify what the fuck was flying. So
that's true. I mean, it could.
But we're gonna get into all of that. I'm sure crazy over here. That's what I call Harvey, y'all. By the way,
I'm not crazy, y'all. Listen, right now they don't even understand. Right now I'm out here in these streets. I had said probably about a month ago I was turned up with my advocacy work, man. So right now we're campaigning to get the Wartman Hotel. This is a $150 million purchase, right?
Woo.
So we out here in these streets for real. Don't pay them no attention. When we get together, we be shooting the shit. So quite naturally, I'm gonna be silly. Ladies, if you want somebody silly in your life, you know, really know how to cut back.
This is not the dating game.
This is not the dating game. This is not the dating game.
We could do an episode of that.
Yeah, but this one right here,
life is good. Ain't that what Drake said?
Life is good, but this right now,
he might find his future wife.
Well, let her.
Don't block this man dream.
Let her see him on the camera.
Don't block this man dream.
Listen, I can't block him.
Everybody got
why gotta be his dream though? Why he just Is you selling yourself?
I'm not
Is that what
selling
you-
myself.
It's
I'm
not called
offering
selling
my
himself.
services.
No, it's not offering your services either.
Oh,
It's-
please don't say that. We do not promote prostitution.
It's
This is
soliciting.
not prostitution, man. This is labor, man. What you talking about?
Solicitation.
It's a difference.
You know what I'm saying? You just
Solicitation at its finest.
Prostitution comes with solicitation. This is a solicitation. This is a presentation.
Oh, you use the SAT word. I hear you. I hear you. This is not
That's a good
solicitation.
one.
This
I
is
like
a presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, present on, brother. Go ahead.
You know, I do it all, man. I wash cars, cut grass, change oil. You understand me? I cook. I do it all. You understand me? Everything, pretty much. And then I'm socially conscious.
And he average
Ladies
looking
and
dude.
gentlemen.
And he look average, so he
Ladies
good.
and
You know what?
gentlemen.
You know what? I
Ladies
look
and gentlemen.
average, but I've always considered myself ugly, so therefore I'm winning.
Oh, winning.
Right.
Winning. I mean, hey, shit. Sometimes
you know,
that's how I feel.
You gotta use
Average dude, but listen, I can do all that shit too.
Tell me this, you think Westbrook leaving or what? Because we ended up doing better than what we thought. I don't know. I just, as a tangent, as our first show, it was on my mind. It came to my mind. Just, you think he's leaving or what?
I don't know. We gotta find a coach first.
Yeah, he definitely gone.
He gone. He said they couldn't agree on the contract, so he out. So we gotta find a coach. We gotta figure out what Westbrook gonna do.
Teams always need something.
I don't know. It's like the Nationals couldn't repeat.
They always need something.
The damn Thrashers couldn't repeat or whatever the name of the hockey team is. Can't nobody go.
Sometimes they ain't got no coach. Sometimes they ain't got no players. Sometimes they
it's funny though, because you're right. Because after we won the Stanley Cup in hockey, the coach left.
Every coach leaves. Like, fuck, let me go somewhere else.
At least the Nationals kept their coach. Now we ain't doing well.
No, but they lost Strasburg or whatever. They lost like the main hitter.
Main pitcher.
My bad. You know what I'm saying.
I got it.
Yeah.
Pitcher.
I don't know.
Where that laugh come
Same
from,
thing.
Keith? Where that laugh come
Same
from?
thing.
I don't know. How the fuck I'm supposed to know? Like, I went to the store and was like, Lord, let me get that laugh right there. That's the one. That's the one I want.
That's the one.
Give me that.
That's the laugh.
Like, I worked on it. Like I was like,
She went home.
laugh
She
like
went
this.
home.
No, I don't like that one. Hold on. Let me. Nah, I don't like that one.
No, that ain't it, huh?
That ain't it.
That
No,
ain't the one.
It just comes naturally. It bubbles up from my soul.
It sounded bubbly.
It's very bubbly. It's very bubbly.
But
Like, literally think about like the bubble machine that did be blowing all the bubbles and shit. That's kind of how my soul is.
I got you. So
Until I'm pissed off.
and related to sports, but not really. I know you wanted to talk about this whole Kwame Brown thing, man.
Oh no.
Versus Mr. Eyeliner.
No,
Man, he
said
versus everybody.
He said I can use mama's cooking now.
This man is going and snapping on everybody. Yeah, I mean Stephen A.
Yeah.
He's snapping on Stephen A. He's snapping on Matt Barnes.
Has he lied?
Steven Jackson. He's snapping on
everybody.
Charlamagne.
Mike Wilbon.
Has he lied or is he okay? So here's my question though, right? What? So is he snapping on people because I feel like he's snapping on people because they talking about his basketball game, right? Ain't nobody said nothing personal about him, right?
No. They be going on because of Ashley.
I'm asking because all I've heard so far is that he wasn't good. I mean, and that's not.
I mean, he was good enough to make it to the league.
He was good enough to make it to the league, but we stuck in the league. I mean, he did. I mean, he wasn't
stink in the league. You cannot play for 10 plus years in the league and stink. That's a narrative they put on that young man. When you step back,
is it a narrative or do you see the highlights?
Step back and look at what he actually went through, because I was thinking about that earlier today.
Went through with what though? What you mean?
Okay, so this is what happens. Normally, the number one draft pick is the marquee player.
Mm-hmm.
Only in the universe where Michael Jordan exists would the number one draft pick become a side note. Nobody critiquing Michael Jordan at that point in time under tremendous pressure, but he had his Geechee, that third eye, woke on. And he said, look, let me play my role for these amount of years on play and get my check. And now he got.
Oh no, he definitely robbed the NBA for a lot of money
and doing it, swimming in the lake and everything else. The point I'm trying to make though is you're a bum if you make it to the league and you're gonna wash out in the first 3 years. Because after the fourth year,
no, that's not necessarily true.
I think
unless you gave me 7 years worth of game in those 3 years, then you can bum out.
No, I'm talking about pension, like to be eligible for pension. You have to
No,
do
what
it
I'm
like a
saying
grade
is
4
though.
year.
What I'm
Oh,
saying is
really?
though.
I
Like,
was
okay,
thinking
so
about pension.
so
Give
you thought he
my
was.
give my
So when he got to the
signing
league, you
bonus,
thought he was any good?
So what I thought was I was never a fan. He became the butt of all jokes when it
Because he
comes to
wasn't good.
basketball. But that wasn't the narrative. See,
Because he wasn't. He
your
wasn't
eye
good.
ain't open because that wasn't the point. The point was he was going straight from high school to being the #1 draft pick
Right.
in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying, imagine how many other young high school athletes were going to aspire to do the same thing after that. That's when the one and done rule came about. That's when they said they had to nip it in the bud because it was going to detract from the NCAA's bottom line.
It's been okay. So all right. So listen. Let me. All right. Well, let me. All right. You said
that's the narrative. That's
you
what
said
he
the
said.
high school jumps, right? The high school. They like 2 of them went straight Hall of Famers. 2 that jump from high school are Hall of Famers. I mean, no question.
He
Kevin
is
Garnett,
the first person in history to go #1. Nobody else went #1. No other high school player ever went #1 until LeBron James went #1. He was the first player to do it.
What does that mean, though? I mean, what are you saying? What does that mean, though?
So what I'm
But
trying to
everybody,
say
but it don't
is,
matter
so
whether
what,
you're number
so
one.
what is he doing?
But it's been lottery. But it's been. But see, the thing is, it's been lottery picks.
But
And
what I'm
every
saying
lottery,
is,
it don't matter whether you're #1 or #10. All them people in the lottery. If you pick them in the lottery, you expect them to do something. Kobe did something. Garnett did something. Even J.R. Smith.
Here goes the thing.
Even J.R. Smith did
When his teammate came on the show, his teammate said this right here. He said, "I'm gonna go ahead."
Oh, he snapped on Gilbert too.
In his draft year, he was beast on Tyson Chandler. Everybody. He was the most dominant center.
But he was #1 by default though, because nobody else was good enough to be #1.
But he was the best center in the draft. That means something.
Was he though?
I'm telling you what the people that were in the draft.
Tyson Chandler had a better career than he did.
That's what you're saying at this point, but really did he? He went
I'm saying yes. I'm saying that. I'm saying
Tyson
that he
Chandler
had
went #1 over nothing.
It don't matter. He went #2.
He said over nothing.
He went #2 or #3. So
okay, but the point.
But I said he had a better career. They ain't got nothing. I'm not talking about where he got picked.
When they went for the trainings, when they went for the
I understand that. That's not my point. That's not my point.
They said scrimmage.
That's not my point.
And Kwame Brown was dominating them.
I understand, but you're not hearing my point.
My point
is that they still had a better career than he had.
And I say that's narrative.
No, it's not narrative. It's fact. Look at the stats. It's fact.
We can look at the stats, but no,
that's a fact. That's where it is. It's a fact. Tyson Chandler had a better career.
Playing time because he didn't get any playing time.
He started.
Jordan drafted him, and he drafted him to trade.
He started for the first game. He started.
He drafted him to trade for Elton Brand.
He didn't draft him to trade for Elton Brand. No, he didn't. No, he didn't because they had a chance.
Before, I'm telling you what he said.
Listen, before the draft.
How you know more than what he know?
Because I know what happened. Before the draft, the Wizards had a chance to trade the #1 pick for Elton Brand and something else. They didn't do it because they wanted Kwame. They thought Kwame was going to do it. He did not.
Key. What Kwame said is everybody knows that's on the inside that they wanted to trade him. Jordan wanted to trade him. But the owner of the team and Jordan had a buttress of head, and that's when Jordan realized he was just the president, and he didn't have as much power as he thought. And so he ended up, now we're going to keep him. But Jordan wanted to trade him for Elton Brand.
So you're saying
they wanted to. Yeah, I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying though. They had a chance to do it. They did not do it.
Right. Because the owner didn't want to do it.
So they picked him #1.
Right.
And he did
not. And benched him and wasted him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Michael Jordan, how you going to get playing time on Michael Jordan? At this point in time, Michael Jordan
First of all, they didn't bench him. They gave him all the playing time he could play. He just was not good.
I'm gonna say
they did not bench him. They didn't bench him until after the.
Like you said, Jordan. That's like
they don't play the same position. So
yes, it doesn't matter. If
Jordan was in the front office at the time.
It's almost like if all eyes are on this side over here, and you got all your eggs riding in these baskets, even though you feel you got an ace in the hole over here, right? Ain't no need to use your ace in the hole. Why you got all these other good stars just shining and pipping all over the place? You know what I'm saying?
He's talking about statistics. Let's look at.
No, I'm not even talking about
statistics.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so you said ace in the hole. Okay, who's ace in the hole?
Maybe, but it was a wasted ace in the hole.
He wasn't wasted though. That's what I'm saying to you. He was not wasted. He came in He was the starter.
Key. Don't believe him.
I was watching the games. I was there. What do you mean? Don't believe me? I'm telling you what happened.
Cause here goes my argument.
That's what happened. They can't. So it doesn't matter what it doesn't.
Listen to this. Kwame Brown then bobble around the league and go to a bunch of farm franchises and that. He went to marquee franchises all around.
And didn't play.
And sucked all of it.
Yes, and didn't play.
No,
and didn't play.
You got to think about that.
And he did not play.
How does a sucky player equate out to
because he had size.
Because
he had size. After the Wizards contract, after the first contract,
for the Lakers
after his level, and he did not play.
Maybe
right. So how you gonna ask him to have stats if he don't play?
Maybe
because he's a bum. That's why he didn't play. It ain't because of Kobe Bryant. It ain't because of Michael Jordan. He didn't play. He didn't play because he was a bum.
I got you. Hold on. Harvey, maybe because his manager he sucked good dick.
Oh goodness.
What?
What in the world?
What?
I'm saying. Maybe his manager was working some deals behind the table that you ain't know about because you know for every check that every contract that Kwame signed, that manager gets 10, 15, 20%, right? Maybe he had
if you look at his his high school career.
It doesn't matter his high school. High school does not matter. High school does not matter.
Anything I say, he just can say, well, this don't count.
It don't count.
It don't count because you're in the NBA now. Okay, so that's like saying, what's the dude? Christian Laettner.
You got to do something.
Christian Laettner was probably the greatest college basketball player, one of the greatest college basketball players to ever play. He got in the NBA. You can't dispute that. He won 2 national titles.
You talk about
he was like top to score. That man. Right. What I'm saying is this: just because you're a productive player before you get to the NBA, don't mean you're gonna be a productive player in the NBA.
You trying to say somebody that made it to the level of professional basketball sucks. And what I'm saying is, I'm thinking about.
I'm not saying he sucked before he got there. I'm saying his career in the NBA. In the NBA, he was a bum.
But you know that happens sometimes.
That's how it is a lot of times. That's how it is a lot of times.
You get to the next level and
you can't hang with them boys.
Yeah, like you just don't.
For 14 years, man.
He didn't float for 14 years, dog.
You ain't hear about the lady. You ain't hear about the nigga in the nurse or something in England the other day who ain't been to work in 17 fucking years and was getting a paycheck for 17 years. So yes, you can float for 14 years, hunty. You fake it till you fake. You fake it till you fucking make it. I know a lot of people who do that. They was fake it till they make it.
It was like between 8 and 10. And because he had size, the dude was 6'11", 240.
He was just blocking niggas like this.
He's a big boy.
Like 2013, that's 13 years, man. 2013.
It wasn't 13 years, dog.
Yeah, it was.
He just dunked down on niggas.
Well, listen, we can agree to disagree on this.
We can, but you can look it up too and see. You don't gotta agree to disagree. You can just look it up.
You're basing your stats off of what?
What? Off of what? What do you mean he had chances, dog? It ain't.
Who are you comparing him to? What other centers? Because he's a whole lot better than a whole bunch of them.
Who? Please tell me who.
You name some centers and I name some.
Name anybody.
Okay. Christmas Porzingis this year got the MVP.
You said Kristaps Porzingis?
What was his name? What's his name? Who got the MVP this year?
Jokic.
Jokic. That's who it was.
Jokic
is in the same fashion as Kwame Brown.
No, he not.
You know what I'm saying?
Jokic way better than Kwame Brown.
Shot wise, he is. Man.
He way
no.
Jokic is a big I can't say that, but he's not even as athletic as Kwame Brown. But the Bama averaged almost a triple double though. He averaged almost a triple double. That's why he won MVP. He almost got unanimous for MVP. He got every vote. He got every first place vote except for one. So what are you saying? Like he's had a better career than Kwame. And on top of that,
I'm talking about statue-wise.
What are you talking about statue-wise?
So when I say statue-wise, I mean like the contributions to the overall game of the team. Like I feel like he's hyped.
Why is he hyped? You put up stats.
Trying to take away from Kwame
you can't be
Brown.
hyped if you put up the stats. If you put up the numbers, you can't be hyped.
Number one overall. How is that hype if you go number one draft pick overall? That can't be all hype.
Well, obviously it was all hype because when he got to the NBA, he did nothing.
But how did he stay in the NBA?
Because he's big. That's it. Because he's big. Every team he got to, he did not play. If he was
how you
good,
gonna ask him to have stats if he didn't play?
because he's not good. He didn't play because he wasn't good.
Okay, guys. All
All
right, y'all.
Because he's not good. That's why he didn't play.
So can we agree
So
to
why can't-
disagree on this? And I
What I'm
say,
trying to say-
I say we come back next week
Nah, damn.
with.
man.
I want
The
y'all.
problem-
I need y'all
okay,
to do
so-
your homework because what y'all not gonna do is sit here and
I
argue
don't have
about
to do
sports
homework. It's
all
a fact.
day.
Let me say.
And we gonna
Wait,
come and
hold
we
on.
gonna have our paperwork. We gonna have
I
our
don't have
stats.
paperwork.
My guy.
I don't have
have
to
our
have paperwork.
stats.
I don't have to. You know why?
I need the paperwork.
You don't have to.
I need it.
Let me tell you why you don't have to
Why
have
I
stats.
can't see it.
Well, let me tell you
I'm
why.
not taking nobody word for nothing. I want to see
You don't
the
have to,
stats.
but listen,
We need to
but
see
listen.
the numbers.
Hold on. You don't have. You know why you ain't got to see numbers? Because he don't have no numbers. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And Keith,
He didn't play enough to have real numbers.
Can we be adult? And we're
I don't know,
say,
can
we're
we?
gonna say we're gonna be adult now. Let's be adult and mature about this.
Mature.
Right? So if you are on several marquee teams, not on
I'm not participating in this anymore.
This is not Shaq. This ain't Shaq. They just ain't got you on the team.
We going in a commercial break. Where's the music? So,
he got points on all them teams. He got blocks on all them teams. He got
you know what?
on all them teams.
I'm not letting y'all talk about sports
like 5
no
points
more
a game
to the end of the show.
His career.
I tell you
From
what.
now on, end of the show is gonna be the sports
we gonna
segment.
do one-on-one on this. You can be whoever you want to be, and I'm gonna play Kwame Brown, and we gonna see what happens.
God! Not y'all gonna play basketball. First of all, his knees are bad.
That don't make no sense.
Dog his ass out.
This
That don't even
nigga
make no
tired.
sense. That don't even make no sense. That don't even make no sense though. What you said don't even make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Anyway, I would like to
That doesn't even make no sense.
I would like to put on the table a topic that I've heard a lot of people arguing about lately, whether it be between parents, whether it be between children, but give them kids some stimmy, because without them, you wouldn't have any. You wouldn't get a stimmy check if you didn't have for them kids. And I don't think it's fair that the parents, especially with the ones who got like the older children a little bit, the ones who's 17, about to be 18, about to go to college, you sitting there, you just got $8,000 from the government plus your own money, because remember the adults is getting checks and then they getting money per child.
For the kids,
And the kids ain't got no shoes, but the mother hair done to the guards. You ain't got no money set aside for your child college fund, but you like, nah, you can't. You out shopping and shit. So I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that the parents should be required to break down some of their STEMI with the kids or on the kids?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you had the kids, yes, I understand that. But
they ain't asked to be here though.
They asked to be here.
I tell my father that all the time. I ain't asked.
No kid asked to be here. So I mean, if they smaller kids, they
ain't missing.
Then they ain't missing it. But all they know is their life, right? But but you should enhance their life by getting them either some clothes, some shoes, something that they need, food, whatever you do, get it for them. Like help them out. You want to go out, even if you're gonna go spend a check on going out and stuff, take them kids with you.
Right, they go out to eat out back at least once. If
you
are, look, I come from a situation where I received none of this STEMI ever, so therefore,
you don't give
damn them kids.
That's fucked up. He said, "Fuck this damn kid." That's fucked up.
Fuck them. Fuck that STEMI. Fuck them kids.
Nah, but listen.
that has been a phrase that's been trending lately.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Man, listen, but they your kids though. Like, why you gonna do that?
Fuck them.
But see, like I said,
like everybody's like.
But see, this is the thing. No, hold on. Who said this? This is something said recently. I can't remember who it was. It was a comedian, and he was like, "Look, man, the kids. Oh yeah." It was Kwame Brown. Back to Kwame. This is what he said.
How we get him Stevie back to Kwame? Like, how we get him back to Kwame?
He said, if you can, he said you can feed a child lobster and shrimp and steak and don't give them no love.
And they still not happy. Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
So I agree. Because kids don't readily think about it.
I agree.
They think
but
about
what I'm saying is this. If you got a stimulus for a kid, enjoy it, but enjoy it with them.
I mean, give them.
You ain't gotta give them steak and lobster, but take them out to eat, spend time with them while you spending the money.
You don't went to your
You
you
done went-
and bought a
they done went- most
PlayStation
parents-
5,
Right.
and you sitting in the house all day playing PlayStation 5, but you ain't watching the kids, and they can't play.
Or
Get off my stick.
or most of the parents take the money and they'll go out to eat and stuff. They leave the kids home or something like that. Like,
Oh, they done gone on to Cancun.
Yeah, or they done something. They didn't say
And
they
they
go
left the kids
vacation
with their
next
grandmother.
week. But they ain't bought them a shoelace or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Big toe.
And I'm not saying I know anybody like that, but I know it's happening.
It's happening.
I know it's happening. I know it's happening.
That's one thing I learned to do. I never put myself into hypotheticals and that's in a scenario like, oh, I know they doing it. Like, I hate when they talk about, oh, they doing get they food stamp money in and sell it and all that.
Well, hold on.
Because you see them doing it in the store. What are you talking about? How you know?
Well, why you pocket watching? Like, all these are violations to the rules of the game.
Because I want my rent to be $28 too. Fuck. That's why. That's why.
I ain't never got nobody
know.
Hey,
what I'm saying. Okay, so hold on. You said you'll put yourself in hypotheticals.
Like, please, sweeping statements.
I'm not gonna do that. But let's go back. Well, wait a minute. Hold on, Javi. Let's go back to our first conversation we had. Aliens.
Who?
About aliens. Hold on.
Aliens.
About aliens. We had a conversation about aliens. Remember we had a conversation about aliens.
You don't
and
believe
you
in
said,
aliens? You don't think aliens
wait a minute.
Harvey?
Wait a minute, hold on. And exactly what you just said. He said there are no aliens, there are no other beings in the world. It's just us. That's what he believes. There's no aliens. Now, he's saying that, but the only way he can form that opinion is that he hypothesizes that there's no because you have no fact. That's not a fact. That is not a fact.
In fact,
that is not a fact. That is not a
fact. There is more facts to support the fact that the possibility of other life forms besides us here on this one ass planet is huge.
Yeah.
The universe is huge and it's ever expanding. There's no way statistically, if you look at a ratio, if you just want to run numbers, there's no way in fuck that we are the only intelligent life form in the whole.
But you assuming that because you haven't seen it.
You mean to tell me in the whole wide
universe, in the whole universe, as big as the universe is,
all the Milky Ways, all the galaxies, all the nebulas, all the supernovas, all the solar systems. There are millions of solar systems we haven't even discovered yet. You mean to tell me that there's zero fucking chance that there's anybody else out there except us? That's a lonely world. I don't want to think that slow.
But that's arrogant as fuck.
Yeah, I'm saying, who the fuck you think you is?
That's arrogant as fuck. Like, that
is some cocky shit.
How you arrogant enough to think we the only people here? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you basing your stuff. You can't be basing it off a fact because there's no facts to support it.
So you ain't never looked up in the sky.
So I'm just going back to what you said. You don't base it hypotheticals, but that's exactly what you're doing.
That's not a hypothetical.
It is a hypothetical.
What would happen is this is like Red Robin. I would end up chasing you around the barn because you're just gonna keep moving the target all night long. Because we can define the parameters of what we consider to be logic or what considered to be fact right now in this equation. We can say, well, what consists of a fact, and then because we want these parameters.
No, a fact is a fact.
Statistically, the odds that we're the only people.
Okay, cool. I understand.
It's very
understand. So prove the fact that there are no aliens. Prove it.
I'm going to prove it right now.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen. It's going to be the brain orgasm in Key's mind. She's going to be inspired. She's going to have new thoughts.
I just want you to prove the point. I won't hear other words.
No, what I'm saying is because this is inspiration because I'm finna go into the camera. You know how I go into the camera now. This is why aliens do not exist. I'm finna explain to you one time only because I ain't got time to spend time on no crazy shit. Aliens do not exist because things do not grow outside of their environment. Any intelligent being, even if it was an extraterrestrial being, would not want to seek home outside of its environment. The definition of space is the absence of matter. That's a layman term definition of space. Absence of matter, meaning there's no matter in that. We are beings made up of matter. But the matter is inside of an element. It's inside of a sphere, which we call the earth. We grow inside of our environment. If you remove us outside of our environment, then we cease to grow because we have nothing to grow from. If we go to Mars and start to grow from Mars, then we will be Martians. But Mars doesn't consist of the elements that Earth consists of. To this point, there has been no other proof that life exists outside of this. The only way you can perceive space is on this planet. Everybody's talking about space is on the planet. Very few people have been into actual space. When you understand how much kinetic energy and how much energy and solar flares and everything is going on, it's an inhabitable environment. So if you can't grow in the environment,
who is the inhabitable?
You can't live in the environment.
So,
and what I am saying is that an alien that would be intelligent would understand that, and he would not want to escape his environment because outside of his environment, it cannot live.
Unless he could simulate his environment and create an environment, aka a spaceship.
So now you got a spaceship, but what does the spaceship run off of? The spaceship has to be fueled. It's fueled with the material that comes from the environment that it is created in. And so, therefore, an alien that would want to exist outside of its
what if his ship is solar powered?
Another planet that's made up of different elements.
Because
irrational.
Here's my question for that, but he's not gonna listen. He's gonna listen.
He's gonna dumbed down by the machine.
Okay, Harvey. Now talk to us. Stop for a minute. You said a person can only thrive in its environment. Is that correct? So, in all of the universe and all of the galaxies out here, you don't think that there's somebody surviving in their own environment? Just because he ain't came here does not mean he's not an alien.
But here goes the thing: logic and fact. Let's say this: if we was to name the terrestrial bodies in space, we would start naming planets, stars. We would say one star is the sun.
We haven't even.
So if we just use the terminology
we would name
and
solar
the word
systems.
Okay, so what is a solar system?
It's a collection of accumulation of stars, planets, celestial objects within an orbit of each other.
And these are the words in the realm of our dialogue when we're talking about space. So therefore, an extraterrestrial is going to exist inside of that.
Okay, so whoa. So wait a minute. I'm not. Hold on. Stop talking for a minute. I want to stop right there. You say it can only exist inside of its own space, right? Is that what you said? Right. So how do you know it's not existing in its own space in another universe or further off in the universe? Just because you haven't seen it does not mean he's not existing. It does not mean it's not real.
AKA if a tree
falls in the woods, yes, exactly. So that don't mean he's not there. What I'm saying is you just
I can use that same philosophy on you saying universes. You guys
exactly, but I didn't say. But see, here's the thing, Harvey, you're not listening. I didn't say for a fact that there are aliens. I said you don't know if they're not.
But see, that's what I'm trying to say is so therefore what you're doing
I'm
is
saying the probability that they exist
the probability
is high.
Open. You can put probability on any.
Yeah, but you can't put fact that there's not. That's what I'm telling you. You're putting fact on the fact that they're not. You can't put that fact on it. All you can say is there's a probability that there isn't. There's no logic in it. You can't use logic because you don't logically know.
Why not?
Because you don't know.
Things grow from there.
No, you don't know.
What do things grow from? What is growth?
Use logic,
you need to define growth. You need to define material.
If you use
because
logic,
you don't know what's out there. Harvey, that's what I'm telling you. You don't know what's out there. You have no idea. We haven't even explored the same way you don't know any exactly. But you not. That's my point. But Harvey,
that big.
How do you know the universe is that big?
Oh my God!
I mean, when I sit up and I look, when I sit out and I look at that night.
So how do you know there's no aliens?
That shit is immense.
How do you know that there are no aliens? There's no point.
For every star,
you cannot say that. Harvey, I'm saying what I'm trying to say.
Have the desire to exist.
Harvey, you can't say that. You can't say that.
So wait,
you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. Harvey, are you okay? Okay, so when did you?
Wait.
So when did you anything outside our planet living? Yes or no?
Have we found anything? No, but that doesn't mean we will.
Okay, then. So what are you basing your theory on?
What are you basing your theory on?
I'm basing mine on the evidence. We haven't found anything yet.
Harvey, do you believe we never went to the moon?
No, I don't.
We didn't. You don't think we went to the moon? You think it was all fabricated?
And I can show you why. I can show you why on my phone. Let's talk about something else.
All I'm saying is, you saying that I can't emphatically say that there are aliens. Is that what you're saying? Wait, no. Answer the question. All I want you to do, Harvey, I don't want to hear explanation.
Yes.
I just want to hear
my opinion. Your opinion. Which opinion?
I want to hear an answer to my question.
Yes or no.
It's a yes or no question. Are you telling me that I can't emphatically say that there are?
I can't tell you what you can do.
That's what you're saying, though. But that's what you're saying,
You
though.
and these
But
semantics.
you, I know you keep saying
He's
semantics.
doing semantics.
No, I am not
I
doing
just
semantics.
said
I'm
that.
asking you a yes or no question.
I think my theory
No, Harvey, you keep going sideways around the question. You keep jumping around the question. The question was yes or no.
Whatever you want to believe, Jay.
But you're telling me
No, I'm not.
that I'm wrong for believing that.
No,
Yes,
I'm not.
is that what he said, Keith?
No, I'm
No,
not.
he's telling you now that he's not saying.
Now
that
he's
you're
telling me,
wrong
but
for believing
before
it.
he said there are no aliens, and because I believe he can't. He said I can't emphatically say that there are aliens.
Well, he said he's not going to tell you what you can.
Hold on, that's now. What I'm saying to you is, when we started this conversation, you said to me, I cannot emphatically say that there are aliens. I have no proof. And is that correct?
I have an explanation to explain.
You don't have fact though.
I don't believe
but you don't have fact though, right? So you can't
but
say
I said we have to
That's why
define
you
what
believe
fact
it though.
is.
It's not a fact. That's your opinion.
Right. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
It's a hell of an opinion, though.
Because
it's still only opinion.
Absence of evidence is not. What's the phrase? Absence of evidence is not exclusive of something. It's a cute little phrase. I'm gonna figure it out.
I can't tell you what to believe. You can believe whatever you want.
But that you are trying to tell me that though. But that's what you're trying to tell me.
Alien pull up on your ass, you call me and I'm gonna come give you all the money I got, and I will. I'm gonna have.
Are you gonna believe him though? Are you gonna believe?
No, he ain't gonna believe me. He gonna think it's somebody dressed up in alien uniform. He gonna think the white man.
Y'all don't want to go there. You know what I realized later?
Oh Lord.
Ghosts. I think that might have been what ghosts were.
Lord,
you know how spooky black people.
But you believe? So you believe in ghosts?
No.
Y'all believe in ghosts or spirits?
No, I'm
sure do. I've seen one close a door once. If you ain't never seen a door close,
I'm gonna tell you.
If you ain't never seen a door
without you touching it.
Without me touching, without nobody else
I'm
being in the house.
Lights off in the room. With the lights off in the room, cause that's your mind.
I'm telling you the door. Hey, now if that's my mind, I'm like, hey, but I can't do it twice. That's the problem.
I gotta learn how to do that.
I would love to have the powers of telepathy and telekinesis. I would love that.
Now tell us about the door. Now what's going on?
Okay, so one time back in like 2009, I was still living at home with my dad. And my stepbrother, his wife's son, used to be over the house all the time. So the way the house set up, it's like you got the first floor where you come in, you got the front door, the living room, kitchen, dining room, all that shit. And then the back of that, off the side, is like a sunroom where it was like the den where everybody sit, watch TV and shit. And there's a door off on the way back end of the den. Now, on the other side of the kitchen was the office area. That's where the computer was set up, all that shit.
You told me the story.
Yeah, it's like a fence right there as a window. And literally to get back there to either one of those doors, you got to come through the fence. At the time, we had two big-ass dogs. We had a Rottweiler and I had a golden lab named Foxy. Mm-hmm. So, you ain't nothing coming in that yard. The birds wasn't coming in that yard. The squirrels. What you barking? The golden lab was a cold-blooded killer. Oh, okay. She was killing everything. She was catching squirrels, birds, geese. She bitch was ruthless. Right. So wasn't nothing coming in that backyard. You understand me? I am sitting in this office area at the computer facing the window. My stepbrother is upstairs in the house. Ain't nobody on this first floor but me. I see a shadow walk past the window, and then I hear a knock, 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 knock on the back door off the side of the den. So at this point, I'm a little scared. I'm looking, the dog's looking. I'm looking, the dog's looking at me like, what's she looking at? Because I'm trying to figure out who's knocking on that door. So I'm thinking it's my stepbrother playing a trick on me or some shit, right? So I run to the back door, swing that joint open. Look in the yard, ain't nobody back there. Next thing you know, the doorbell rings. I run to the front of the house, open the front door, ain't nobody there. Again, the back door knock, bang, 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 bang. So now I'm scared. I'm like, Adrian, I'm calling his name. He come running downstairs. I'm like, bruh, somebody is knocking on the doors and ringing the door. I said, I know you in here playing with me. I know it's you. He's like, sis, I'm upstairs. Yeah, how the fuck am I knocking on the door and then running to the hole around the front of the house and ringing the doorbell and then running back through the gate, past the dogs to knock on the back door?
So he fast.
Nah, ain't nobody that fast. He was in the house. Ain't no way to get outside from upstairs.
Shit, I don't know.
I got a faster.
Nah, that had to be a ghost. It was nobody back there. It was nobody in the
It
house.
could have been something. I mean, people believe in spirits and ghosts and stuff.
And I saw the shadow. It looked like a hooded figure, a hooded person just walking past the door.
Huh? Coming to get you.
Not me, because if they wanted me, they'd have answered. When I answered the door, they'd have took my ass. I think they wanted Adrian. That's why he was upstairs.
Oh, that's why he was upstairs.
In fact, he said that too. He was like, yeah, sometimes that be happening. I'm like, what? I said, niggas, you bringing ghosts to the house?
That be happening. What do you mean sometimes that be happening?
They be following you.
And somebody, it was little kids playing on your porch.
No, the dog, they can't get past the Rottweiler.
Oh, that's right.
The Rottweiler was mean. The lab was the cute sweetie pie looking one, but she was the cold-blooded killer. But the Rottweiler was big and frothy at the mouth all the time. Just juices flying everywhere. Sometimes I used to be scared of it. That was my dog. I used to be like, look, Mercedes, you try to bite me, I'm going to have to fuck you up. I'm going to beat you with... Y'all gonna have to call Peter.
You want to call them people
because you too big of a dog to be trying to attack me, bitch. I will have to kill you. Like that's a bitch. She was her head.
So do you have you had an encounter?
I know he's seen spirit.
You haven't.
Granny done beat the soul out of him at least twice in his life. He's a bad child.
I'll be honest. I haven't actually seen a spirit or a hank, but late at night, sometimes
that door be closing.
Shit be squeaking and giggling, and you're like,
floor squeaking. You be like, yeah, wait a minute, is somebody walking?
No, you don't get out. You have fire clothes.
He be seeing her footsteps on the floor.
The light shining. Somebody. But I believe this. Okay, this is fact. We're talking about fact again.
Fact. So we can't be factual in aliens, but we could be factual in the spiritual realm.
Certain level of wavelength. So I believe there's things that we can't see.
Different dimensions
exist. And so with that being said, and then I believe in the spirit. I believe in
what's
Christ.
that called? White noise or something?
All that dark matter.
And so I believe that there are levels of frequency that can be manipulated.
Yes.
And
I believe it too.
Yes. Yeah. Just like if we could unlock more than 10% of our minds.
Yeah, but yeah, right. So yeah, they could be, it's frequencies and stuff that could be out. But do you believe that's what it is, or is it like
like leftover spirits now? Because this is something Paul Mooney said. I learned from everybody. Okay,
rest in peace, Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney quote. He said, "Listen, man. Well, this is how I know there ain't no ghosts or spirits now. Because of the war, all them niggas from slave ship.
I don't know though.
They came back and
Hold on.
Wait
a minute.
Them big niggas like, yeah, you son of a bitch.
Hold on now. Don't do that. Because them hurricanes be coming and wiping all they shit out, okay? Them hurricanes be coming and wiping out all the Palm Springs, all the Texas. Them the slave ship routes. Them all the slave ship routes.
It's always in the south.
Let's talk about it. And the more police brutality we've had over the years, have the hurricanes not became stronger?
Listen.
Okay. Hold on. Let's wait. No, hold on. I'm not done. You talking about the slave spirits. You talking about the slave spirit. Why you think all them wildfires in California?
On the 65 rock.
Why you think the Mississippi River coming down? Them all the slaves. I'm telling you. Hold on, let me think what else. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. You said why the slave spirits ain't retaliating, right? For every time. For every time they golf club bend. That's every time the golf club gets a bend in it.
Oh, that's it.
What? Every time somebody wins a settlement case.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Thank you, ancestors.
Hey, well, hold on.
Where's my reparations? Ancestors, can you give me that?
Huh?
Wait, give me.
What
Can you tell me the
reparations
lotto numbers?
Yeah.
just-
I was gonna
Nah,
touch
it's
back
like,
on OJ. I was gonna let touch on the Jew.
What about OJ?
Wait,
He
about
got-
OJ giving. Y'all talking about OJ giving Cosby?
2021. Do y'all think he did it?
Nigga, OJ wrote a book about
He said,
Egypt.
if I did it.
Nigga, he had too much detail not to do it. Did you read the book?
No, I did not.
I read the book.
Did you read the book?
I read the book. The
You
nigga had
really read the book?
details. I really read the book. That nigga
Was
had
he there?
details.
Was he there?
Dog, he had details like he was there. The nigga shut up.
But no, okay.
And you know, listen,
scenario.
and look, real quick.
Scenario.
Real quick.
Hold
Wait a
on,
minute,
hold
real quick.
on.
Let me say something real quick. The book was written 7 years after the crime.
No, but hold on. Do what
You know what I'm saying? You know,
this scenario.
statute of
If you
limitations.
Put yourself. Put yourself.
Double jeopardy. You can't be
I'm
trying
gonna
to
stay
say.
out of this one. In fact, I think I'm gonna get up off the table, y'all.
Nope, you ain't
Nah,
nope.
I'm leaving this
You ain't going
home
nowhere.
alone.
Nope,
I'm
you ain't
just gonna
going
say,
nowhere.
put yourself in them shoes. If you pull up to your ex-wife's house because you finna go out of town,
So listen,
or something like that, he went berserk. I caught somebody stabbing the pussy. Now, come on now. Let's just keep it talk your shit 100 now. Why is he that enraged? What the hell? The only time you get that mad is when you burn through money. You understand me? If you burn through money, then
some
so
niggas
be
get
it.
some niggas get mad over pussy, over that pussy.
didn't do it.
They gonna get mad over
I'm
that
just
pussy.
saying, he got
Now-
hog tied the same way Bill Cosby got hog tied the same way. Kobe Bryant got hog tied the same way
Wait a
they hog
minute.
tied Martin Luther King name. They
Wait a minute,
hog-tied-
hold on. You said Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
So I'm confused. What you saying? So you said Bill Cosby got what? He got.
This is what I thought. Back to Kwame Bryant. We talking about the go along, get along gang. This is what we talking about.
I'm asking you a question. What do we?
Yeah, that's that victim of the go along, get along gang.
Who?
All
Bill
these people,
Cosby?
all those people victim of the go
Nah,
along.
let's talk about
get
Bill
along.
As a
Cosby
woman
for a
who
second.
has seriously endured sexual harassment,
Yeah.
I ain't never been roofie.
No, but he gonna say.
Hold on. And sometimes
Hold on. I got her.
sometimes people like to take drugs. You know what I'm saying? Especially back in those days.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Ooh.
I watched Wolf of Wall Street,
Ooh.
and if I could try Quaalude
That's what I'm
today,
saying. Quaalude was cool.
I would try Quaalude. It
Quaalude
looks
was
kind of
cool.
fun. It looks
Quaalude
kind of
was
fun.
cool. It
But
brought you down from your high.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is, as a woman, there are certain things that I would dare not never do, right? Or even if I do end up dare doing, right? Like going to somebody's hotel room for a business meeting because it happens. It's real nigga shit. It's real life shit.
Right.
It's true. I get it. But once I feel the tide start to turn, you know, if he's rubbing on his dick a little too hard, he keeps staring down my shirt, and we're not talking figures, numbers, business, paperwork, something. I'm gonna start to wrap it up. You understand? I'm not gonna sit there.
What I'm
and
definitely not gonna do is take a drink.
Yeah,
That's
or
what
I'm
I'm
pouring
definitely
my
not gonna
own drink.
I'm not taking a drink.
I want to say is this right here. We so
I've never been roofied because I'm too attentive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too cautious. And again, sometimes, just like with Kale, sometimes with Kale, it almost feels like they go into a situation, kind of know what may and may not go down. They just don't realize how that shit gonna go down. But they realize what may and may not go down and still go up into those situations. I'm not saying it's right, because it's not right. I've endured sexual harassment myself. I went through it at work. It was the most difficult thing I ever went through in my entire life. Seriously. It's embarrassing. It's demeaning. It's belittling. It is fucked up. It's a fucked up thing to go through.
It's fucked up.
But
it's a fucked up.
It's a real fucked up thing to go through. And then you got the people who try to blame you. You got people ask you, well, what did you have on that day? Shit like that. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, whether it is right or wrong, here's the key. Whether it is right or wrong, it is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. People always get caught up on what it is or isn't, should and shouldn't. But it is what it is. And because it is what it is as a woman, you have a duty to yourself to pay attention. I'm not walking down the street. You will never see me walking down the street like this. You never see me walking down the street like this. You know why? Because I'm too busy like this.
Making sure shit ain't popping off.
Watching in front of me, behind me. Why? Because if two niggas jump out on me, I more than likely am not going to be able to fight them off unless I got my strap or I got a knife or whatever. But what if I can't reach it in time? What if it's in my purse and they snatch my purse first? It's too many variables. So as a woman, I always am in my head. This nigga over here in this dark corner of the parking lot talking about come in, shorty, let me holler at you. No. Why? Because it's dark. You might snatch me.
I do feel like some
You
situations.
might.
I do feel like some
I don't want to be
situations
fucked today.
can be handled better. Now, like I said, like you
I
said,
wanna say
they
something.
can't. Now, I'm not saying
Hold on
that.
now.
I'm not saying what derives from the
Wait,
situation.
which one we talking about now? OJ or
I'm just talking about period.
or
I'm just talking about period. I'm just talking about period.
Hold on.
I'm just talking about period. I'm just talking about situations. Period. Like when you get sometimes when you get yourself in a bad situation.
Right.
Not all the time, but sometimes when you get yourself in a bad situation, it can be prevented. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying when you get yourself in that bad situation, when the bad shit happens, that it is right or whatever. It is wrong, regardless of what. It's all wrong.
But you better learn.
I just feel like in some situations you can prevent it. Like you said, if you go
some things aren't preventable.
if you go
like Matt Lauer.
Hold on. I'm not finished.
And you fuck like
right.
that's not preventable.
If a woman, if somebody says I want to have a business meeting in my room,
First of all, I
feel like that in that situation, a woman or whoever can say, listen, I'm not comfortable having this business meeting in your room. Let's have dinner, or let's have it at an office, or let's do it in a better situation.
And then what happens there is they say, oh, well, then you really must not want this job, or you must not want this role, or you must not want this whatever. Because you're not serious. And if that means I don't have to get
right,
and
sometimes you just gotta be like, I don't want it.
Bye-bye.
Sometimes you gotta say, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
You gotta say, I don't want it. I mean, that's just, I mean, in life, shit, like sometimes you gotta think about. And see, the thing is, like, I don't want people to be jumping on me and listening to this. Be like, what I'm saying is, I try to live my life as close to actual reality and what it is in this world, not sugarcoated saying, oh, damn, blah, you should have. No, I'm trying to say that in certain situations, you gotta choose your life before you choose something else.
Yep.
You gotta choose your Sherry, your whole, you know what I'm saying? You gotta choose yourself before you choose somebody else.
I had a zinger that motherfucker lost all the zing in the world. It was just a zonk now.
I don't even know what that means.
Want to get it off.
So
I wanted to say something to Key with how she had led the conversation, because I was gonna say, well, Quaaludes and stuff like that are Fox Pro. They're out of trend now.
I mean, they don't make them anymore.
So I was gonna say,
what
I was gonna say, but have you ever been blunted before?
What's that?
Like smoked a few, then got enticed to have a good time or something like that. I don't know. Like we're talking about.
I take more than weed to get me.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say. What do you like?
I've been smoking weed since I was 19.
Okay.
20.
All right.
Weed don't get me stupid in the head. And you know what? Even liquor too, because once I get a certain point of drunkenness, I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
Because I might throw up on your ass.
Right.
I don't want to. I want to go home and I want to get in my bed. I want to get naked and I want to eat something fat and greasy and I want to lay in my bed and sleep the drunk off before the room starts spinning.
Right. But what I wanted to say on top of that was the fact that why do niggas lose their celebrity? It's like all of a sudden, just because like in that equation, I'm going to that point in time and equating it out. I always go to the scales of justice.
Okay.
Who was who in the situation? Who would have been meeting who in that situation? What would have been that scenario? How long did the meeting last?
Right.
Like, bitch, you suck them off now. That ain't too much bacon. You shouldn't even be on this panel. Why are you up there? You know what I'm saying? The one that got him up in the green room.
And then you also got the ones that make others look bad. You got the ones, you got the rotten apples that ruin the bunch, right? You got the girls who going in there and they're sucking dick or trying to fuck their way to the top. You got those girls. You got those girls who don't care if they done got raped because they done got to where they trying to go. You got some of those that where it's normal to them and they think this is the only way to get ahead and there's nothing wrong with this way of getting ahead. You got all those. There's so many different scenarios that twist and turn into like the whole thing. Like for example, I saw a video the other day of 2 young ladies in the grocery store or Walmart or something, and some young boy was following them and harassing them, and they was like, "This is sexual harassment." But what can they do about it? Because they don't work there with him. They're just customers.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like the store gonna fire them. It's really not like they could sue them.
Well, I mean, if well, see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I think, in that situation,
you just get harassed.
If it's recorded, like before, like when we were growing up,
there was no evidence.
There was no evidence, but now you got evidence, so they couldn't.
When I got sexually harassed, they tried to lie on me, but they couldn't because there's 7 cameras.
But that's what I'm saying. But see,
that's right there where it happened.
But in that, but what I'm saying is, in that situation, if it was recorded, then they
were shit. They were, but before they ran the cameras, you know what they did? They asked me what happened. They told me what they said.
I'm talking about this. I understand.
They asked me what I had on. They asked me what I was wearing that day. And when they asked me that, first thing I said, "What the fuck does it matter?"
What does it matter? Yeah.
So first of all, I'm at work, so I'm always professional. I'm
talking about the girls in the grocery store. Like,
still all of them. I was going to a baby christening and got harassed in the grocery store myself. And going to a baby christening. I wasn't dressed provocatively.
Man, what that leads me to want to say, this is what I want to project.
You had them girls.
No, I had on a pink sweater dress with my collar up to here. I went to a christening.
Them jumps was sitting.
I mean, they always sit. What the fuck you think is going to happen? But they was covered. They was covered.
Badly covered.
They was very covered in a sweater.
Well,
had a sweater on. And it wasn't the boobs that got him. He was harassed because he like how my stance. Oh, I see how you standing there, girl. Oh, yeah, you got that leg.
Oh, that day. Oh, yeah, because you had your butt out. But what?
My butt was down.
He probably was like, tuck your butt in, girl.
I like that stance right there, girl.
Go ahead, Harvey.
I was going to say, should we legalize the sex trade in general?
What?
For selling sex? No, because then the government will try to because then they're going to try to tax the prostitutes. No.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
The sex trade make me think about sex trafficking and shit like that.
Well,
I'm just telling you what it. You talking about solicitation of sex? I feel like, okay. So here's the thing. All right.
Like $40 solicitation, like.
Am I?
First of all, when did the price of pussy drop to $40? What the fuck? Same thing. Bitches are depreciating. Bitches depreciating the value of the humanity. And I think on that note, I think we need to end the show. I think it's over. I think we're done. I think we're finished. Joey's still talking, but where's the end button? Thank you for tuning in to the Talk Your Shit podcast, y'all. It is 10:30. We got to get out of here. We got to go. Wrap that shit up. Where is the wrap it up box, Dave Chappelle? Wrap it up. We're over and done. We're getting out of here. Got to go.
Hold on.
He still wants
to talk. So this no, I'm not talking no more. Just give me a second. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. Harvey brought up a topic, a conversation.
We can come back to this.
So listen, just like he said, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. And we're gonna come back next week.
We're gonna pick it up right
here. So if you out here watching it, if you're not watching it, I don't give a fuck if you watching it not. But if you see this recording,
they're watching.
You gonna know that next week we're gonna pick up with should the prostitution or the legalization of
solicitation. The legalization of solicitation.
Should solicitation.
Should solicitation.
Here you go.
So can the hoes step back out on K Street and L Street with the niggas with the alligator slippers? I remember seeing them niggas with them alligator shoes.
I thought we were stopping. So solicitation of sex be legal. That's gonna be solicitation.
Legalization of solicitation.
Yeah, should the solicitation of sex.
Say that 3 times fast.
I'm not doing that. That's why I say should the solicitation of sex be legal. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what she said. That shit is too much. But listen,
I could just imagine
so next week,
spread of germs.
So next week,
and STDs.
See, there we go. He said wrap it up.
Why you gotta be mad?
10 minutes ago.
Why they gotta be unhealthy?
Because you talking about pull up, get your dick sucked like Burger King. Okay, y'all, we got to go because this conversation about to take too long.
Yeah, see,
this is next week.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Hold
on. Key said
next week.
Key said let's wrap it up on that, but then she keeps talking about this.
You don't hear the stuff he's saying over
Listen,
here.
I do hear him.
That's
But
what
we
he
not-
said. He
but we
gonna
trying
pull
to-
up and get it his way like
We're
Burger
not gonna do
King.
it. We're not gonna do
He
it.
just
King,
said
we're not gonna
drive
do
through
that.
prostitution.
Okay. Listen. Hold on.
Drive through prostitution.
Alright, hold on.
I cannot. I'm done.
Hold on.
I gotta go.
Thank y'all. If y'all tuned in, thank you for tuning in. If you watching this, thank you for watching. We will be back next week talking about the solicitation of sex. Should it be legalized?
Legalization of solicitation.
Should you be able to walk up past Burger King and get the Bible
and get you a Whopper
and get the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Should you get a Whopper and a bopping? That's what
a Whopper and a bop, a Whopper and a motherfucking bop, and we out, y'all.
Hard 4172 on Instagram already.